Hey, what is up guys, it's Evan here today, and we're gonna talk about the Malmo Regionals, one of the European regionals in Sweden, and the top 8 decks. We're gonna analyze those top 8 decks and those top 8 competitors, because, well, you might say some of them were surprised, some of them weren't, and those might probably be the last regionals in Europe for now. Definitely no internationals, so I feel like it's worth to sit down and just check the masters. So the event had 298 masters, which is well, yeah, there's a lot of light right now in May. Whereas it's not that big amount of players, because normally you had a little bit more, like 500 at least last year, right? So you can clearly see that again, it was sold out, but many probably decided not to go, not to come. The virus is taking its toll here in Europe. But again, Tord Reklev, right? Tord, amazing player, fantastic person, won with the ADP. And let's just go. So I'm gonna go right over here, right? I'm gonna be here on the small screen, and we're gonna talk. Of course, we are on the Limitless, because Limitless has those deck lists. Yeah, we are not, Nike, but if you want to sponsor Nike, alright, so again, we got Regionals Malmo, 298 Masters from Ultra Prism to Sword and Shield. That is the format. So what are the top 8 decks? Well, it is, not that surprising for European players, because we've got top 4, we've got, of course, top 3 ADP Zacian, then we've got ADP then we've got Zacian Oranguru, 2 Blaze Falon decks, right, with Lukas Mazurkiewicz, and we've got for 7 and 8 we've got Pika Roms, right? So we got one Polish guy in that spot with Blaze Falon. So definitely one of the last regionals. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything's gonna come back to normal. I do want to see that. So let's take a look at the winning list, because definitely I checked it out, and it's really interesting to see. For the first time, I see deck with 4 Zacians. Like normally, you didn't saw a lot of Zacian. Like you saw 3, then so 2 ADPs, maybe 1 Dedenne, maybe 2, 3 to 4 Jirachis. But over here we've got 4 Zacians, 3 Jirachis, 2 ADPs, 2 Dedennes, 1 Oranguru from Sword and Shield, which again, we kind of knew this is a card that people do play, but also the resource management on Oranguru, which is really interesting. And if you go to trainer cards, the comeback of card like Acrobike. So for Acrobike, this is also really interesting to see this slowly coming back. And again, you just discard some energy, you can use the Metal Saucer to it. Definitely an interesting idea to play. We've got Metal Frying Pans, of course, 2 Shrines of Punishment. They are giving you this bit of damage you need to knock out like Peak Roms, anything on that side. But 4 switches as well, 4 custom catchers. The tag that we kind of saw in Poland already, which was 2 energy spinners with some cherish balls. This is one of those things that we saw. But what surprised me also is that this is a version without, and this is surprising, without Guzma and Hala. So no tag calls, no Guzman Hala, really specific list. And even in supporters, this is, you got 2 Manes, 4 Professor Research, that is it. There's no more supporter line, and you saw people playing a bit more. So definitely an interesting idea. We got 4 quick balls, so you can see that this is a deck that is a little bit more focused on this turn 1 engine. So you're getting that quick ball to that Dedenne GX in those early turns, just to get the whole engine running. And 8 Mel energy with 2 water energy, so again skipping Aurora energy. Really interesting deck, and to be honest, you will see this deck being played a lot, and I mean a lot right now in Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Also one great catcher. I saw some versions that don't play great catchers at all. They just play 4 Pokemon catchers, which is also really interesting to say of that. Then from other unique decks, of course we've got Blaze Falon, right, the non-GX, the baby one, and this deck changed a lot. Well, not really. This is a deck that definitely uses Victini and the Cramorant, so we've seen that online happening a lot. But wait, there's commercial, there we go. But Victini, fantastic attacker, it's 30 for each energy attached to both, so kind of like Tapu Lele, but 10 more damage. And of course Cramorant with this pitch shot that can, snipe the bench. So if someone is not benching Mew, this is definitely problematic. But what's really interesting here in this deck is Ultra Forest Cartinovo. I haven't seen that card in a while, maybe since it came out for the first time. During this turn, the damage from your Ultra Beast attack isn't affected by any effect on your opponent's active Pokemon, which is really nice, and definitely a way to go through specific Pokemons. And then we've got, of course, Quick Balls, we got our Welders. Nothing really special here. We've got those Lucky Eggs, Ordinary Rod. This is all the way 13 energy, all the way the baby blaze that you saw probably in my IRL videos, or we saw in our league challenge. And then the decks that are close to my heart, which are Pikarom decks, because I do play Pikarom IRL a lot. So let's take a look at the Pikarom list, and again, there are a few really interesting things in this Pikarom list. Not really Forge Rush, because Forge Rush is people started playing, and it's kind of like normal thing right now. 2 Pikachu and Zekroms, also just that, but 2 Tapu Koko Vs. I've seen a list with 1. I also do play a list with 1, but having 2 is really interesting idea, and one of those things that I'm really keen on testing out, maybe even today. Then we've got, of course, 2 Dedenne GX. Again, 2 is like a normal number if 1 is getting priced. We've got a Choo-Choo, Zeraora, Coco, Zapdos, and Fioni. Again, those are all the cards that you already saw in Europe, here in Poland, from many Pikarom players. So definitely here, not change at all in terms of Pokemon. Maybe this 1 Tapu Koko, you might say. What about this side over here? This is also really interesting. Normally, you saw a lot of people playing 4 Volkners and 3 Researchers. Here it's upside down a bit, because we got 4 Researchers and 3 Volkners. But again, this is a deck that is heavy, really heavy on items, and this is a version of a deck that I had this conversation with Patrick Piontek, a great player, amazing Pikarom player, good friend of mine, and we got this conversation about Pikarom because he, again, last regionals he was in this top 32 spot with his Pikarom, and he told me, no, listen, the one with tackles is a lot better. I'm like, no, in my honest opinion, don't play tackles, don't play Guzman Hala in Pikarom. And well, I was right to that degree, because again, it's a version without it, right? I still think electromagnetic radars are a lot faster. They just are, and there's just no denial of that. So let's take a look. You got 4 Quick Balls, 4 Electro Powers, 4 Switches, 3 Energy Switches. So this is almost, it's super close to what I do play IRL, and you saw that online. We got Tandem Mountains. Vitality Band is one of those really interesting techs right here, and this is something I haven't seen in play a lot. But Vitality Band, gives you that 10 more damage, and sometimes this 10 more damage can mean day and night, especially when you're trying to attack with even something as simple as Zapdos. Does 10 more damage. 2 escape boards, 1 Stadium Nav. So I do play Lysander Slap, but it's because of our meta that is here. But definitely, this is really interesting to see. 2 Great Catchers, 2 Reset Stamps, 3 Electromagnetic Radar. So really simple, and 11 energy where I do play 12. Really simple, really interesting version of a deck, and definitely one of those that is quite unique to that event. So what I can say, Malmo, definitely interesting regionals, definitely would I say uninspiring top 8 and predictable. The top 3, top 4 spots, yes. Definitely congratulations out to my, even though I have love-hate relationship with Poland, I'm Polish, so I can say that. But Lukasz Mazurkiewicz, good luck, good luck. Congratulations, mate. Good to have you there in top 8. Good to see, some familiar flags right there in those top 8s, especially if they might be one of those last regionals. Tor Reklev, again, fantastic player all over the place, amazing deck list. And this is the thing, those are really cool deck lists, and the fact there's no Mew 3 in the top 8 is, well, I wouldn't say it's lovely, but it's definitely one of those interesting things to see. One thing that I'm surprised that we haven't seen an ADP session with a lot of crashing ammos, right, or in ammos in general, or not a bit of more control-ish. I mean, okay, this is a session that's control, but I'm of course talking about the session ADP, right, that we haven't seen this particular version. But hey, I'm still happy that Peak ROM is still out there, and again, there are upcoming decks with Peak ROM, so definitely players will hop on that, and you will see even more Peak ROM being played, especially after May 22nd, where us, like other players, will slowly be moving to different decks, and I know I'm going to be moving to Toxtricity, but definitely an amazing top 8, and I like it. I like that top 8, and let me know what do you think about this top 8. Let me know what do you think about the Malmo in general, and the whole thing that the events are getting cancelled, and we're slowly getting to this like crazy point where we don't have internationals, we don't have this, we don't have that. Let me know in the comment section down there below. But also down there below, we have a 5% discount on any code you would purchase on Professor Oak, and the code to TCG player if you're playing IRL. So thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye, and good night. Raven loves ya. Take care. Bye.